ready, Steve? Andy? Yeah! Bert? Well, all right, fellas. Let's go!
You're listening to CFRN, the Christian Financial Radio Network.
Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the CFRN E-Mini Futures Cast. This is the daily broadcast of Indeterminate Length, where we discuss all things E-Mini, along with some really big ideas on the finer points of trading gold, bonds, crude, sugar, the euro. Joining us today, Mr. Michael Borth. From our trading desk in Chicago, Mr. Burton Schlichter. Now, to get things started, let's go to our host and founder in Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Here's Dwayne.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back. Today is Monday, 7th day of June, 2021. Thanks so much for joining us. Whoever you are, wherever you are, we're just glad to have you right here, right now. If you can't see the screen I have up, go to our homepage at cfrn.net. On the right-hand side of the page, click the big microphone, follow the instructions. You'll be registered in about 30 seconds. That will give you one-click access to the show each and every day. It also gives you access to the chat box so that you can ask questions and participate in the discussion. On the days you're out of the office, away from the desktop, not to worry, point any internet-connected browser to cfrn.net/live. There you'll find a live, real-time simulcast of the show as it unfolds. You just want to have access to the chat box. We stream live during this broadcast on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CFRN. youtube.com/CFRN. Easy to remember. We stream live during the show, and then we archive each and every daily broadcast. Currently over 1,700 daily shows archived there for your viewing and educational pleasure. So let's open with a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, as we rise to meet each new day, please let us be filled with your Spirit. Wherever we go, let us spread love, joy, peace, goodness, and faithfulness. Let us desire to become more like you and to worship you in all that we do. Help us to desire these things so much more than the sin that entices us. Thank you for always going before us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Well, happy Monday. Hope it's a happy Monday for you wherever you are. Let me give you the numbers here from around the world. These are the cash markets, or the indices as they're called. The Dow currently down 126 points. The NASDAQ up 12. S&P 500 down 11, and the Russell 2000 up 25. Once again, the markets are divided. You've got the Dow and the S&P in the red, the NQ and the Russell in the green. And when the markets are divided like that, what we typically see overall is some sideways trade. Or maybe I should just call this broadcast today, welcome to another edition of Simply Sideways, because that's how the markets look. In the commodity basket, crude oil down 39 cents, trading 69.23 last. Gold up $4.90, trading 18.96.90 last. Silver up 13 cents, trading 28.03 last. In the Asian markets at the close, Nikkei posted a gain of 77 points. The Shanghai rose 7. The Hang Seng fell 130. And in the European markets at the close, FTSE up 8, the DAX down 15, the CAC up 27. No movers, no shakers anywhere around the globe. We do have a mixed day in Asia. We have a mixed day in the UK. And as I mentioned, it is a mixed Radio Monday here in the US of A. With that, we'll go to Michael, get a recap of what happened this morning in the live training room. After that, we'll take a look at the concierge trade alerts, the Logic 247 alerts. We'll look at some charts of these simply sideways markets. And there's Michael.
There I am. Amen.
Amen. Okie doke. All right. I got you locked and loaded. It's all yours.
All right, here we go. And sadly, something is missing here. And let me just bring that something up really quick so it can load while I start everything off. Okay. Here we go. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Monday, the 7th day of June, 2021. Now, if you've not taken a free trial with us and you want to take a free trial with us, go to the homepage here at cfrn.net. Right here it says free 5-day trial, no credit card required. Click on that and it's going to bring you to this page, eminitrainingschool.com. On this page, all that we ask for is your name, your email, and your phone number. You can tell us the biggest trading challenge so we can tailor one-on-one training just for you. Hit the send button and you'll be sent a confirmation link. You must click on that confirmation link. Okay, if you don't click that link, we don't know that you took the free trial, so you gotta make sure you click on that link. All right, now the thing that was missing was this, the spreadsheet. Now, if you're gonna read the spreadsheet, you gotta read all the CFTC risk disclosures down at the bottom. And we should be getting down there. There we are. Oh, that was, oh, no, we're not even close to the bottom. That was last year. Okay, I think that was, yeah, this is this month. Okay, so here we go. Today is the 7th day of June, 2021. As I just said, today we made 22 ticks in crude. We lost 2 ticks in gold, and we made 5 ticks on the ES. That put us at plus 262.5 on the morning session. Today it took 8 minutes and 2 trades to get to the goal for the day. At that point, we're up $100 a contract, and we took a total of 16 trades. So on the month now, we're at $2,257. That's over 5 trading days, averaging $451 per contract per 2-hour trading day. We've gotten our goal for the day on 106 out of 107 possible days so far this year. And that puts us at $74,787 on the year. Now that's over 107 trading days, averaging $698 per contract per 2-hour trading day. All right, so we'll just start over here with gold. All right. We didn't have a ton of trades today because, well, as Dwayne just outlined, the markets were just not all that conducive to trading. We had on gold. We started right here with a mistrade. Then we had a break-even trade. We had another mistrade. Now this one would have been profitable, and this one would have been profitable if I'd have gotten in them. Then we stopped out minus 8 ticks. And then over here we picked up 10 ticks right here on this move. And you can see it was going up to the target numbers pretty well. You know, it was hitting the target numbers pretty well, but it was just taking forever to get there. On this one we picked up 10 ticks. That put us at plus 2. Then we picked up 4 more ticks right there to put us at plus 6. We missed this trade right here, which would have given us a little bit of profit. This one, which would have given us profit. Then we stopped out again, and that put us back to minus 2. We had 2 more break-even trades, and that was it for the morning session on us. I had highlighted these areas up here as target places, and you can see it did eventually get to both of them. It just took forever. There was a valid trade set up to get there from right here, though, during the break. Just a few minutes ago, actually. It was right there. Okay, and that was gold on the day. Now, crude oil. This is where we got our goal for the day. Now, crude, you can just about see the whole day. You can't see the whole morning session right here in one screen. And when you can see the whole morning session in one screen, you know it's been a quiet day. But our first trade here on crude was right there. We picked up 10 ticks on that one. Then we picked up 11 ticks on this one. Missed this one. Now, this was my initial target for this move down. It pulled back a little bit, gave us another shot at it, but I missed the secondary trade. I was talking about it, but I missed it. And that one went down and hit all the targets that I had outlined. Then it pulled back, and at this point, we're up 21 ticks on crude. Now, right here, we picked up 1 more tick to put us at plus 22. Then we had a couple of break-even trades. And that was it. Over here, I didn't get into any of these trades. It looks like right here at the end of the session. They both worked out, and during the break, there was one trade right here, just one trade right here that worked out. Okay, but we ended up with plus 22 on the crude today. In the ES, I can't say the ES was hard to trade. It was easy to trade because it was just no trading it. Right here, there was no reason to trade anything in here, and then it finally started to move, and we ended up with a break-even trade here. Moved again, and we ended up with plus 2 on this one. Moved again, and we ended up with a break even there. Now you see it was hitting the target numbers that I was putting in. Now this one up here was a pullback number, but it was hitting the target numbers that I was putting in. But it just got sideways, and there was nothing to trade in here until right at the end of the session, right in here. I was in this one for a few minutes. It seemed like forever, but I was in this one for a few minutes. I picked up 3 more ticks here to put us at plus 5. This was my target number on that trade, and I had outlined the target down below that, and it got down to both of those as soon as the European markets closed. I said, watch, it's just going to go now, and it did. And then it was down here. I highlighted this area down here for it to get down to, but it consolidated and decided to go up before it goes back down. So remember, on big picture, what it's doing right now, I'm going to call the 5-minute a big picture, is a retracement of this leg down. We're right here at about 75% of the retracement. So if it's going to turn around, this is a great spot for it to turn around and move back down. Okay. So be wary of long changes, long opportunities coming in right here. We broke dynamic resistance. It's going to come back and give you an opportunity. It'll probably come down, give you something that's going to give you a double top, and then turn around and go down. That's probably what's going to happen with ES, but no. Double top area, probably be right in here somewhere. Now I'm going to draw a line through that. It should probably be right in there somewhere. If I look over here, I'm seeing that the numbers are jumping around. They're just about equal, so it's going to be right near where it is, I think, and then probably turn down. And that's it. That was the whole morning today. I'm going to go back to the spreadsheet. All right. Today is the 7th day of June, Monday, the 7th day of June, 2021. And we made 22 ticks in crude. We lost 2 ticks in gold and made 5 ticks on the ES, put us at plus 262.5 on the morning session. Today it took 8 minutes and 2 trades to get to the goal for the day. At that point, we're up $100 a contract, and we took a total of 16 trades. So on the month now, we're up $2,257. That's over 5 trading days, averaging $451 per contract per 2-hour trading day. On the year now, we've got our goal 106 out of 107 days, and that puts us at $74,787 a contract. That's over 107 trading days, averaging $698 per contract per 2-hour trading day. Now, if you've not taken a free trial with us, go to the homepage at cfrn.net. And on the homepage, all you have to do is scroll down to where it says free 5-day trial, click on that. Then scroll down to where it says watch live now. Watch live now. Fill out this form here. All we ask for is your name, your email, and your phone number. You can tell us the biggest training challenge so we can tailor one-on-one training just for you. And we really do the one-on-one training, okay? Hit the send button, you'll be sent a confirmation link. You must click on that link, all right? If you don't click the link, we don't know that you took the free trial, so make sure you click on that link, all right? All right. And with that, we can pass it back out to Studio A, fabulous Phoenix, Arizona, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Dwayne, if you are ready. Okay.
Yes, sir. Ready.
Yes.
Recap the
Excellent.
recap.
Today, it took 8 minutes and 2 trades to get to the goal for the day. At that point, we're up $100 per contract.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Okie doke. All right. So far this week, Logic 247, which opens for business every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, stays open around the clock till Friday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern. Rough start to the week. Because of the Simply Sideways, we had a total of 9 alerts. We're still waiting on the results of 1, 8 actionable alerts. 25% stopped out based on not risking more than $300 per contract per trade, less when possible, using a market structure and a simple 3-step process that we teach all of our traders. Now, the individual trades look a little like this. We're in week 149. Last week, week 148, we had a total of 42 alerts, 7 never triggered, 2 carried over. We had 33 actionable alerts, of which 18% were stopped out based on that $300 maximum risk profile. The average over the last 149 weeks has been 20% stopped out on Logic 247. Logic 247, the alerts come around the clock. Could be 2 a.m., 2 p.m. It's whenever opportunity presents itself. We had a carryover in the S&P that was stopped out. PT here on the Dow, that was a carryover. And then we had a long on the Russell. Still waiting on the NQ. No trigger as of yet. This was a long on crude oil. Still waiting, still waiting. And then we had a short on the Russell. And so far today, stopped out on the S&P. So, 25%. So far, over 149 weeks, we've averaged 20%. Now, the Logic 247 alerts are based on current price action. Our original alert service, the concierge trade alerts, those are based on historical price action. And they look like this. They don't come out around the clock. They come out once per session. It's posted as a static report. Last night they came out at 7:20 p.m. Eastern. There's 2 numbers for each market, long side, a short side. For the S&P as an example, best way to handle it is when the static report is published, because the numbers are good for the entire session. Just go draw a line in the sand at 42.35, a line in the sand at 42.04. If price starts trending up towards 42.35, that's bullish. So our strategy will look for opportunities to buy the markets, buy the dips. If price starts trending down towards 42.04, that's bearish, and our strategy will start looking for opportunities to sell the market or short the rallies. S&P, Dow, Russell, crude oil, NQ, gold, and silver. So let's go to the daily chart of the S&P right here. Let me refresh it. Now, just a heads up, I'm going to be very stingy with alerts until this market starts to provide some true, and that's been the theme all along. But over the majority of the last 149 weeks, we've had, 80% of the time, we've had markets that were flowing with nice follow-through. Of late, last week we ended up with 19% stopped out, 20% is the average. Today we're at 25%, but there's only 8 alerts issued so far. But I'm going to continue to do that until the market starts to provide us with the opportunities that make up the underpinnings of Logic 247. So here's the daily chart. Here's the all-time historic intraday high, 42.38 a quarter. All-time historic closing high, 42.2675. On Friday, we made it up to 42.32. We closed at 42.2775. Well, how about that? We got a new historic all-time closing high, 1 point. See, the close on Friday was 27.75. Previous was 26.75. So we have a new all-time historic closing high. So I really wanted to take out this swing high before we turn this into the last leg up. I'll have to give that some thought. The market did pop higher last night. The high of the session was 1975, 1975. The close on Friday was 27.75. I'm sorry, the high last night was 42.32.50. But price got turned down really quickly. We gapped a little higher on the open, and then the market headed lower. Right now we're sitting on support at blue and climbing. Below that we have the step line at 42.08. So the low of the session, look to that as potentially good support, and then look to the step line as your next support level, 42.08, and then the BBC, 41.82. On the downside, 42.08, 41.82. If we trade below the BBC, we've got this bullish cross to deal with. That's potentially good support, which should send the market higher. Then we have the 24% fib retracement here at 41.45. Now that's the 24% fib retracement of the last leg up, which was the low put in March 25th. To the high put in on May 10th. The entire move up, which began November 2nd of last year, the 24% fib retracement sits right here at roughly 4,000. And it's just another sideways day. So we'll run through these. It won't take very long. On the S&P, see all this sideways? We reach down, we reach up, we reach down. One of the stop outs on the S&P this morning was 42.16 down to 42.14, and we made it to 15.50, and the market ran back up to the BBC, which we expect to be good resistance, and then it made another attempt on the downside, and this time we made it as low as 42.15. So really no follow-through. These are last week's weekly trading zones. This week's zones went out this morning to all of our members on schedule. We've published the zone since December 14th of 2009. So over a decade. The weekly trading zones serve as fixed support and resistance for the entire week. Once they're published, they're carved in stone. They don't change. When price moves up to a weekly zone, we expect it to be good resistance. When price moves down to a zone, we expect it to be good support. As you can see, back on Friday, this zone here served as good support. We traveled across a couple of zones, had a little bit of a pullback, then a double top between Friday afternoon and the open last night. So that was that slightly higher gap open, which quickly closed. Price came back to the BBC, consolidated for hours. These are 30-minute candles. This one outlier right here, that's the London Open, 3 a.m. Eastern. We saw a flurry of activity in that 30-minute candle, and then price just went right back to sideways. And then as we approached the Wall Street Open, had a pullback to the BBC that did not hold. Now the pullback holds more often than it doesn't. In this case, it did not. We traded lower. Buyers came in, drove us back up to the BBC. We put in a slightly lower low, but higher than this low, which is just pure congestion. And the next high probability move, because we're below the BBC, is to the downside. The CTA last night for the S&P, 42.35, never triggered. And on the short side, 42.04. Still hasn't triggered. Until we get the, I think we've got the Fed minutes coming out this week. So, and the Fed's talking about tapering. What that's going to do to the markets really just remains to be seen. When these indicators go flat like this, the best position is typically no position, at least when it comes to the alerts. Because we're working off of a larger time frame. In the training room, we use a fast time frame, a 4-tick range chart, where every candle is exactly 4 ticks tall, and we use an 8-tick hard stop on every market, on every trade. With the alerts, the maximum we want to risk is $300 per contract per trade, less when possible, using market structure and a simple 3-step process. Again, these are last week's zones. Some of this week's new zones are very close to last week's zones, because when the market travels sideways, not a lot changes. If we take out this low, if we break below this zone from last week and this week's zones, then the spot we would look for some support will be down here around 41.94, 41.95, where we consolidated quite a bit on Friday. Here's the Dow. Now, this zone is 2 weeks old, but it's still holding sway over the market. Here's the open last night. We moved higher, pulled back to the BVC, consolidated for quite a few hours. We did make a run to the upside. We did trigger the CTA at 785 and made it all the way up to 825. So that's about 40 points at $5 a point. So the market made $200 per contract available. Price comes back down. We get a bearish cross here, and here price sits right on top of the short CTA at 34,595. The potential support right here, this bullish cross, that's potential support. And there's the window of opportunity. This also is, this zone is now 2 weeks old. The yellow ones are from not last week, but the previous week. So we've got potential support here. If we move lower from 585 down to 570, it's not a lot of room, but that's what the markets have given us to work with. And there's that same spike down off of the London Open, 3 a.m. Eastern. And we just printed a new 30-minute candle. So we'll see if this candle continues lower. But please anticipate support here until proven otherwise. And the Russell. Here's the open last night. We had a bearish cross. Ran down to last week's zone, found support, which sent us back to the BBC. We hit the zone overhead, pulled back, the pullback held. We had a bullish cross in there. And as you can see, price has just simply climbed the back of blue and climbing up to this point right here. And now price is directly above blue and climbing. Blue and climbing is bullish. It supports higher prices. When price is to the left of blue and climbing, and the step line is to the left of blue and climbing. When price gets directly above, if we start to retrace, we should see some potential support here. For now, the market's continuing to move higher 23.12 was the CTA, and the high so far is 23.15.6, so 2.5 points, $50 a point. That's what the market's made available. CTA on the short side, 22.65, has not triggered as of yet. Here's the NQ. It's about as flat as it gets. Here's the gap higher open last night. The gap closed. We got down to the BVC. We traded down to this weekly trading zone from last week. Back up to this zone, and then just more sideways consolidation. No trigger on the long side, no trigger on the short side. Crude oil. Crude gapped higher on the open last night. Triggered the long side of the CTA, 69.80. Took us up to a high of 70 bucks. Crude oil at 70 bucks. Up 40% on the year, I believe it is. So that's a $200 per contract move. That's what the market made available. And we went through all this, and we came right shy of the CTA. We did not trigger this time, so we got a high, we got a lower high, and so far a lower high. If we take out this support area right across here, then we've got this bullish cross as potential support. So 68.55 to 68.45 could be a window of opportunity. If we take out this high on the upside, 69.60 to 69.77, or just 60 to 70, that's a conservative window of opportunity. The CTAs, think of them like daily trading zones. You've got the weekly zones, which are carved in stone for the week. The CTAs will typically act like an iron curtain and turn price in the other direction, or allow for continued movement in either direction depending upon which one triggers. The most important thing to take away from this is just this sideways move. We're above the BBC, we're below, we're above, we're below. From the 30-minute standpoint, we just don't have any trend to work with. And here's gold. Here's the open last night. We had a bearish cross, bullish cross. We have not triggered the CTA on the long side. Is 1902. And on the short side, 1881. And last, tell you this wouldn't take long. Silver, right at the CTA. It came down on the short side. There's that iron curtain sending price back up. Now we'll wait and see if price can get above 28.05. If so, then look for potential resistance right where this bearish cross happened at 28.21. So a break above 28.05, a potential move to 28.21. And this right here, it's kind of the culprit. All the other indices tend to follow the S&P, not in lockstep, not step for step, but in general. And so, as we said last week, we need some kind of something to happen, whether it's in the markets, in world events, in politics, something that shakes the market loose and allows it to get back into a trend. If we look at the daily chart, we can see that It's just, remember these days? Those are good days. And we've had a run up, we had a run down, and we've just been shuffling sideways. Oh, Donald Trump, where are you? We need a tweet. Remember how his tweets used to send the markets flying or dropping? But at least there was movement. As futures traders, we're not too concerned if the market's moving higher or lower, as long as it's moving and as long as it's trending. And we can buy the dips, we can sell the rallies. When the market goes stagnant, you just have to wait it out. So, wish there was more to share with you, but that's the story. That's the deal. Back on Friday, we talked about not worrying. God is faithful. Today, we'll talk about persevering. Keep on persevering. James 1:3. The testing of your faith produces perseverance. Perseverance keeps you going when friends fail you, when discouragement whispers, give up, and doubt says it can't be done. It's your anchor in life's storms, your compass when you're lost, and the head of steam that gets you up the next hill. James says the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Perseverance, which means to keep on keeping on, or as they said back in the day, keep on trucking, develops your faith. When the process is complete, God will end the trial, not a minute before. Meanwhile, here are 3 scriptures to stand on. Isaiah 43:1. Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. The second one, 1 Corinthians 10:13. God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will provide a way out so that you can endure it. And our third one, 2 Corinthians 6:7-10. Our sole defense, our only weapon, is a life of integrity. Whether we meet honor or dishonor, praise or blame, we're always going through it, yet never going under. We know sorrow, yet our joy is inextinguishable. We have nothing to bless ourselves with, yet we bless many others with true riches. We are penniless, and yet in reality, we have everything worth having. So, my friends, persevere. Anything and everything you're going through right now will be more than worth it in the end. And that's our good word for the day. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whoever you are, wherever you are, may God continue to richly bless you with His mercy and with His grace. And I'll see you at the bell.
Remember this, there is no greater return on investment than to see a human life changed and given hope. As always, pray hard and trade safe. Any financial information discussed on this show is simply the opinion of our host, Dwayne Reeves, his co-hosts, and guests. To learn more about trading E-mini futures or to take a 1-week free trial in our live trading room, Call 1-866-928-3310. 866-928-3310. Information discussed on this radio program should not be construed as a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a licensed securities broker or financial planner before making any investment decision.